What's up, everybody? Right now we are going to check out this little local pond. It is very cold out still, so I don't expect much, but you don't know if you don't try, right? You know, I hate to admit it, but I was thinking about this last night as I was getting my stuff together. This is, with hunting season and everything that we just passed through, this is the first time that I've been fishing since our baby's been born. 7.5 months since I've thrown a line in the water. Alright, let's give it a try. Picked up some of these Guggen baits. Let's see. Open, sniff, catch. Alright. We got our open. Got our sniff. Ooh, those actually smell pretty damn good. Fishy. Real fishy. Here's a big one, but it looks good. Take all these appendages loose so that we get a little more action down there. It is 7:42, and we are gonna keep on moving around. So, as many of you guys know, and some of you don't, in winter bass fishing, it is in the vicinity of 40-degree water temperatures here where we are right now, and with that cold water, those bass are going to be a lot more, the same way that everyone explains it is lethargic, and that's probably the best way to put it. They move around a lot less than they do in the spring and summertime and fall. They're a lot less active, and they're going to be a lot less aggressive because they're just trying to keep from freezing. So what they're going to do is they're going to move to the deeper sections of where they're living. They're not going to be necessarily right up against the bank or up in the shallows like they would in the summer. And they're also not going to be interested in the same presentations that you might throw in the summertime. So when the temperature warms up, the water temperature warms up, you've got your spinner baits, buzz baits, chatter baits, fast moving crankbaits. All that stuff is for when they're warmer and they're more active. When you're fishing in the winter time, in the colder weather, you want to be using slower presentations that you can just kind of drag through where they're living. They're going to be a lot more interested in a slow meal when they're freezing their tail off. So something like this jig that you can just kind of drag and twitch right in front of them, or this swim bait. Now I'm not fishing this and just rolling it on through. I'm letting it bounce off the bottom. I'm twitching it real slow motion, so keep that in mind. Let's do this. And like I was saying earlier, you want to look for slower moving water. You see with this island here, we've got this cutout, and you don't have as much commotion as you do out in the middle there. This is going to give them somewhere to sneak off to the side and relax. What am I getting into? Okay. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Right. I don't know if this is worth going all the way back here. Some muddy stuff. Oh, whoa. I think the water level's coming back down. You can tell by how muddy all this is that this area was flooded just last week. This is actually part of a creek. So you get a change in the depth of the water around here as our seasons come through. And a lot of trash gets picked up too, unfortunately. I was hoping I'd be able to get over to that side, but I think I'd have to go all the way around. This could be like a foot deep. The appendages on that bandito bug move very well, especially when you split them apart, because in the packaging they come tagged together just as part of the molding process. Gotta make sure to tear those apart, and you're going to get a lot more action out of that for those that do not know. And that's not just these, that's a lot of soft plastics, especially the creature soft plastics. No, not yet. Oh yeah, windy and cold. Oh really? They'll be there. You know, even though it's cold and slow, it is so good to be out here. Let's try these toolies out here. Ooh. It is so awesome seeing parents taking their kids out fishing. If you got kids, you need to get them out there, because this lifestyle is definitely one that needs to carry on through the years. The nice thing on jigs is with this brush guard right here, I'm hanging up on all these toolies and sticks out there, and as long as you're not yanking into them and just kind of letting it roll, you usually pop right off of most of them. Not all the time, you'll still get hung up. And if you get onto a whole like bed of grass, not a stick, but a bed of grass, you can just kind of give it a nice tug, and that'll rip you right out of the weeds. With a stick, you might just sink into it, or a log rather. So just be mindful of that. That wind we have is coming from the east. So I come up here to the east side of this area, and this water is like dead calm over here. Might be what we need. Lots of good cover up in here. This is the inlet to that big open area out there. Not a whole lot of current. I drove by here a couple weeks ago and the water was just rushing down here. So the level's definitely gone down since then. And as you can see, it left a whole bunch of trash from further up this area.